Welcome to Getting Mental with Dr. Dean, where we're here to learn and grow together. This is episode 8 about suicide prevention and awareness, part 2. Please remember to like, subscribe, and share these videos. Please remember that this is not mental health or health advice, that this is for education and information purposes only. This does not constitute a client-counselor relationship or therapist relationship. If you find yourself in a mental health crisis, please call 988-911 or go to your nearest emergency room. So part 2 of this series is going to be focused on the interpersonal theory of suicide by Dr. Thomas Joyner. Uh, Lots of great information out there from this perspective, and hopefully this is helpful. Again, if anything I say upsets you in any way, please accept my apology and stop the video at any time. And again, you can call 988 or 911 if you feel you need immediate assistance. So overall, there's 4 factors. I'm going to list 3 here, and then we'll get to the 4th one later on. Technically, it's 3. I'm going to dork out on y'all here for a second. So first one's perceived burdensome. I'm going to get into that later on. Burdensomeness, I should say. Then there's thwarted belongingness. And then this acquired capability, or the capacity or the capability for suicide. So with perceived burdensome, this concept is about this, that the individual feels that they are a burden to others, right? So I hear a lot of people say that suicide is a selfish act. In fact, from this theory, to the individual who dies by suicide or attempts to die by suicide, since they perceive themselves to be a burden, they're actually, to them, is selfless. They're thinking that they're going to alleviate the people that they care about from the burden of them. And that's why I encourage folks to be cautious with how they talk to people that they care about, right? What they're saying to them, because it inadvertently they may be saying things that may lead them to feel like they're a burden. Some things like, "Oh my God, here I go again," or "What did you do this time?" Things like that. Please be cautious with that, because that can inadvertently fuel that when we don't want that someone to feel like they're a burden. Second one is thwarted belongingness, and this is, as it says, that this concept that someone's having a hard time connecting with others. You might find them isolating, which in part one we talked about. They may just not feel like they're really connecting with them when they are around them, and they can feel pretty alone with when that occurs. The last one's acquired capability, or the capacity or the ability to actually die by suicide. And this is a huge concern for service members and first responders, because in a lot of ways they're desensitized to death and dying. And that's why sometimes one perspective is we believe that there's an increased risk for veterans and service members and first responders because they are desensitized to shooting, death, weapons, things of that nature. So that's could be a huge concern. So when one perspective I've seen is when we look at perceived burdensomeness and um, thwarted belongingness, that combine, that leads to a sense of hopelessness. And then that hopelessness plus that acquired capacity, the ability to actually go through with action to try to die by suicide, that acquired capability, that those 2 things increase the risk that someone will actually attempt or die by suicide. So these are some things to be aware of. So please be cautious how you talk to each other. Please make sure you work on connecting with each other. Do not say anything that can increase the sense of burden, that someone will feel like they are a burden. And appreciate your time. Until next time.